Hey guys, hope you're doing good. I'm doing pretty good myself. Thanks for tuning in, and we're gonna take a look at some pretty interesting models. So, of course, right here we have the number one, the first car that Mini GT ever produced. It is the Honda Civic Type R in Championship White. I finally picked this one up the other day. It shipped really fast, so I figured we'd take a look at it right now while we're waiting for that not lost package, but the missent package to come in with all the goodies. So yeah, in the meantime, this is what we're going to be doing. So right there's your UPC on the back right there. So yeah, this is the first. Actually, no, I can't say that. This was the first Honda Civic in my collection. I'm not a big fan of Honda Civics. Don't really like them that much. But I figured, why not have a few of them? So we went ahead, we got number one. And then a while back, I picked up the number 530. It's going to be the new generation of Honda Civic Type R, and it is also in Championship White. So I figured it was a kind of a nice pair of models to kind of bring full circle. So, yep, this one's limited, one of 3,000 in the Miho packaging. There you go on the back. It's got the cutout for the back of the box on there. Then you've got M&J Toys and Miho's social medias back there. And then this one right here is limited to one of 6,000. I don't know if that's one of 6,000. I believe it's one of 6,000 for Miho, because I believe these were shipped. I believe these were sold in like Asia and other countries as well. So 6,000 for Miho. This one only has 3,000. So yeah. One more thing I want to show you guys before we get them cracked open. Set those back there. I also have this one right here. So we haven't really talked about these a whole lot, but there is a place in California, USA. It is called the Peterson Automotive Museum, and they have like a gift shop in there, and they sell Mini GT and Hot Wheels and a bunch of other diecast stuff. And so Mini GT actually partnered up with them recently. It's not something that's been advertised a whole lot, but Mini GT partnered up with this museum recently, and they are getting some of the cars in their own limited edition packaging. You guys have probably seen this one in the background of my video before, but I figured we would take a look at it today and just kind of tell you guys a little bit about it. I believe that these Peterson exclusives are limited to 1,000 or 1,200. I think it's 1,000. There's absolutely nothing different about the car. Right there on the box, you can see it does say 530. So it's the same exact car as this one right here. It's just got different card art in the background. So, and yes, I know guys, I don't usually collect packaging variations, but I have a buddy that is able to get these in for pretty much retail price that I buy them from, so don't give me too hard of a time, alright? Anyways, without any further ado, give me a sec and I'll get these cracked open. Alright, I wasn't able to get them to stand up, so anyways, let's take a look at the number one first, because that is literally the first Mini GT ever. So let's take a look at it. So pretty simple card art, just kind of like some red and white or red and silver type of coloration going on. Nothing too crazy. Here's the box right here. So obviously number one right there, and also on the top, Honda Civic Type R Championship White. Got the TSM model down here, which they normally don't do anymore. On the back right here, you got Honda licensing right here, little picture of the car, and then Mini GT's socials. This was well before that they had their Instagram. And yeah, inside there will be a little sleeve to hold the car in, just like every other Mini GT. If you don't believe me, there it is right there. So let's take a look at the car. So here it is. Like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of Honda Civics. It's definitely not a car that I would ever own. I don't know. I've never really liked Honda Civics that much, but I know there is a lot of people out there that do. So, I mean, if you like them, more power to you. I won't hate on you for liking them. I mean, they are pretty cool cars. I don't know. I don't really care for them. But we've got some really nice black wheels on this one with red trim around the outside of the wheel. Little bit of red trim looks like down here on this running board, which looks pretty good. And then that red trim continues all the way around to the back. It also goes around the front lip as well, so that is cool. This is the Type R after all, so it is going to have all that fancy stuff. This is a 4-door, as you can see right there. Mini GT did a pretty good job with this casting, even for it being their first one. Like, just looking at it, it's got the little hood vent right there, which looks nice. A little bit of a cutout right there where it would kind of flow into this little hood scoop, and it is actually painted black, I think, too. So, but yeah, Mini GT did a pretty good job with this casting. This was pretty much the casting that got them in the door, along with the R35. I think number 2 is a Honda Civic, and then number 3 is the matte gray R35. So they started off with Civics first, and then did R35s and stuff. But yeah, I think they did a pretty good job. On the front right here, the headlights are acrylic, and you can actually see a pretty decent amount of like LED detail down behind the acrylic. So it does look pretty good. This one's a little foggy, but you can still see it. Just a little bit of glue residue on that one. It actually looks like the acrylic might be cracked right there. Can you see that little line that's going across? I didn't see that on the other one, so that's just a problem with this one, I'm sure. But yeah, a little crack on the acrylic, but the headlights still look good on this one. You've got your Honda badge right here. It's going to be the red Type R badge with the silver chrome Honda logo. Nice grille detailing in the front right here. Looks pretty good. It actually does look like the one on this side is actually trying to come out, or maybe it's supposed to be like that. I'm not exactly. Yeah, it looks like it's not flush with the front of the car. You can see there's a big old gap in there. And then, yeah, everything else looks pretty good on it, though. You've got like this black bar that kind of runs around the front. So, yeah, not perfect. Headlight is cracked. And then this is not seated very well. But other than that, everything looks pretty good. Looks like there might be some paint problems right here, right in front of the mirror. Let me get readjusted. There we go. Looks like there might be some problems with the paint down in here. But I don't know if that's something to blame Mini GT on, or if that's just I don't know. Maybe something got caught in the paint. Maybe some dust got caught in the paint while they were coating this one. But yeah, I mean, definitely not perfect, but for their first car, it's pretty good. You can see the defroster lines on the back windshield right here, along with the windshield wiper down here. Spoiler looks really nice, very accurate to the real car from what I've seen. It's got the white on both sides and then the black on the actual wing. You got the Honda badge right there, Type R on the license plate, Type R badging on the right side, and then it says Civic on the left side. The taillights look really good on this one, very accurate. You've got your red that kind of wrap around, and then they kind of go into like the top part of the car right here, and then you've also got your white reverse lights in the center right there, so that looks pretty good. Again, you've got a little bit more mesh detail back here, and then of course that red trim that kind of comes up over the exhaust. And this is actually a triple pipe exhaust, I guess you would say. So pretty good. Not a lot of detail on the bottom, but not terrible either. So yeah, this is the first ever Mini GT. Again, I'm not a big fan of Honda Civics, especially this body style. I actually much prefer this other one right here, the number 530. Much prefer it, which we have right here. There's the box, 530 Honda Civic Type R Championship White. This is just going to be the new generation. There's your UPC and all that goodness down there. So card art, it's pretty good. It's got a picture of the car right there. Again, limited to 1 of 3,000. And the car itself, I think, looks a lot better than the number 1, just because I prefer this version of the Type R over that older style. But this one looks pretty good. It looks really clean. And yeah, we'll go ahead and take a look at it. So this one doesn't have any of the red trim that the other one had. I guess for the Type R, they just didn't do it with this one, or maybe there was an option to not have the red trim on there with the Type R. But again, it is a 4-door car. It's got the nice black wheels, a little bit different than the other Civic. Going around to the front, you can see right here, there's a little bit of orange underneath the acrylic on the headlight, so that's going to be for the blinker. and then the rest of the acrylic wraps around. So the headlights do look really good on this one. You got the Type R Honda badge right there again, and you actually have a Type R badge next to that. Good grill detail on the front right here. You've got a little bit of a vent on the hood, so that looks pretty good. Black mirrors, of course, are rubber and flexible. And then coming around to this side, you've got you kind of have some vents right here, right behind the wheel, which look pretty good. And then you also have a little bit of venting right here in front of the wheel. So very nice. Going along to the side, pretty much the same. On top, you've got a little black antenna up here. Defroster lines again on the back window. And then you've got your spoiler on the back, which looks pretty good. This one's just black. There's no white on it. And then the new generation of Civic has different taillights, which I prefer, actually. I know a lot of people like the old headlights, but I actually prefer these. I think they look cleaner. But beautiful acrylic. They're plastic inserted, of course. You got the red bar that runs all the way across right here, which looks good. Civic badging, Type R badging. There's your Honda badge again. Civic Type R in the license plate. Again, 3 exhaust tips on this one, done in chrome. These look like they're a little bit cleaner than the other one. And then there's actually a little bit of a rear diffuser on the back right here. You can see the little spines coming out. And then nothing too much going on the bottom. But yeah, so I much prefer this one. But I will say whoops, I accidentally bumped the camera. For this one being Mini DT's first car ever, I think it's pretty good. Right, I do think it's pretty good. Like you can just look at it, you can tell like, oh hey, that's a Honda Civic. It's got good detail, it's accurate. I mean, there are going to be some flaws, but I think they did a pretty rocking job with it. But yeah, this one definitely my favorite. I need to get the red one of this as well. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. I really appreciate you taking time out of your day to hang out with me for a few minutes. And definitely drop a like if you did enjoy this video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, want to see more cool stuff like this, and we'll see you guys in the next video.